Scammers are trying hard this year, and online fraud is meant to hit record highs. Personal questions are one thing, and financial ones are another. Scammers love to size you up when meeting a target victim online. They will often size up how much money to ask you for in the future by what you say to them in the first few minutes of chat. It's fine to talk about certain things. If they ask what state you're from when you meet someone online, it's okay to share that. But what is a red flag is if they ask you questions such as, do you own or rent your home? This is a way for them to know if you have a home that you own and possibly would be able to take a loan against, or if you're just a renter. They also will eventually ask for your address so they can look up your home's value on real estate sites to determine your wealth. What's your job? Most Americans don't ask this question. We might say something like, what do you do for a living? Or what career are you in? But we don't ask people, what is your job? This is a way for scammers to check what you might earn and how much they'll ask you for in the future. They're going to ask a cashier at a grocery store, likely for an iTunes gift card or smaller amounts of money. But they will certainly ask an investment banker, business owner, or someone who owns a large amount of money for exactly that. Large amounts of cash and gift cards. When do you get paid? This is a question no real person will ask you. This is something scammers ask early on in their chat with you so they can write it down and in future ask you for money on or after your payday. Trust me, they take notes on this stuff and will have a crisis right as you get paid. Show me your ID. This is another tactic for scammers to try and gather your information. Many of them using fake profiles will ask you for your ID so you can, quote, prove yourself to them so that they can make sure you're not a scammer. In reality, they want a copy of your driver's license, passport, or ID to do one of a few things. Number one, they use it to open fake online social media accounts in your name. Often sites will ask you to upload a picture of your ID to verify it's you. When you give them that ID, scammers use it. They may save your ID for later, in hopes in the future you give up more information like your social security number. Once they've wormed their way into your heart, and then they take your personal info, as much as they can gather, and try to use your ID to open online bank accounts, credit cards, and more. They also share your ID to other scammers. There are thousands of groups online who offer up victims' driver's license, passports, and more for sale or trade. There are tons of groups run by scammers who buy, sell, trade every day. Sometimes simple questions can lead a scammer into your social media account. Scammers are always trying to obtain new social media profiles to use in scamming, and verified ones like you may have are highly sought after. Scammers using fake profiles often ask you for your email address first to, quote, keep in touch. They will then start asking you questions like, what's your favorite color? What's your pet's name? What's your favorite song, your favorite food? What's your middle name? What town did you grow up in? And more. They then take that information and use it to try and guess your passwords and try to log into your online social media account so they can take it over, change the information and password, and use it to scam others. They also take this information to try and figure out if you have any online banking, online accounts, mobile accounts, and more. Giving someone your email might seem innocent, but in reality it's opening a gateway for a scammer. So when you're chatting online to someone you've just met or you plan to do online dating, open an email address just for that. Give that email address out to strangers you meet online. Don't give them the email address you use to log into your social media, your online banking, your accounts to pay your bills, and more. Keep that to yourself. Above all, if someone asks you questions that are just a bit too personal, that raise red flags, block them. There's no harm in blocking a person. So many people give out pieces of information about themselves without knowing a scammer is putting together a puzzle of your life so they can gain access and control of your social media and more. Many scammers don't ask for money. Some never ask for money. Many of them ask for bits of personal information so they can gather it together and use it to clean out your cash, take over your accounts. Stay safe. When meeting someone online and you start chatting, keep things light. Always give out an email address that you don't use and any other accounts that's not linked to you. And remember, if a question is too personal, just say so. And above all, block them. Stay safe.